Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Simon's Cancer Story. As it says, it's all about cancer. I've recently been diagnosed with cancer. Didn't really come as a shock or anything like that for me, if I'll be honest. I kind of expected it. Family history and some of the symptoms which I had and stuff like that. And the reason I'm really doing this video is because getting to the point where we are now, it has been a challenge. And when I say a challenge, I mean a real challenge, you know. For years on end, I have suffered with things like hemorrhoids. I've also suffered with acid reflux, you know, various things like that. Every time that I would go to a doctor, they would only ever look at that. They never once considered anything other than, you know, either the hemorrhoids or the acid reflux. So they would give me the pills mainly for acid reflux. That's what I was treated for most of the time. And in the end, you kind of gave up because you're like, well, none of it's working, so what's the point? You know, all they keep doing is giving me these pills. I tell them it don't work and stuff, and it goes in that ear, out the other. One thing with these videos as well, I will be honest, I'm not going to be editing this video or anything like that. It's just going to be raw, because I don't see the point in sugarcoating it, because, you know, end of the day, I don't have time to sugarcoat things, because, like I say, I've suffered for years, and there's, with the NHS, you know, we all love the NHS, the nurses especially, and I can't fault them one single bit. But in regards to those more superior, like the doctors, I probably can't swear about what I'd actually call them, because they have been pathetic. Even CNSs as well, they've been a bloody joke, you know, and yeah, just like fast forwarding a bit to where we are and why I'm doing this. And the main reason is because when I got diagnosed and spent 5 minutes with a consultant, yes, 5 minutes, I had to ask the question, is it cancer as well? And he said, yeah. Second question, has it spread? No. A few days later, letter confirming that. This is the biggest joke ever. Literally, I was waiting for a stoma to be fitted. Again, same consultant. Useless. I ended up saying I wouldn't have them. So they had to find me another one. So they found me another consultant who eventually went ahead with it. And then the Christies, where we're being referred to, would actually see me. And it was only at the Christies, my first appointment, that I was told, basically, I've got 1 year to live. Figure that. I've gone from being told it's not spread, chemotherapy, radiotherapy and surgery. A few weeks later, you've got a year, Mr. Clark. On your way. And that's what it was like. So yeah, they've given me a year. Since that, well, CNSs, not heard anything of. Hardly. But if I need them, I can ring them. So much for cancer. It's a joke. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because, you know, I want to share my story because I feel like I've been let down. And I still believe that there's hope there. And I hope that anyone who sees this video, who may be in the same situation as me, you know, whether it's yourself personally or whether it's a loved one who's seen this video, you know, if I can give some insight maybe and some support and some hope for somebody, then that's me. You see, no matter what life's thrown at me, I've always been knocked down from it, but then I've always stood up and I fought and I fought and I fought. I've never been a quitter, and I ain't going to quit on this either. As upsetting as it all is, as confusing as, I don't know, a range of emotions, you know. I'm not willing to give up. I've got something inside me which is telling me that things may have been misdiagnosed. Maybe I am just hoping for the best. I could be. But normally when I get a bee in my bonnet about something like that, 9 times out of 10, I am correct. And you know, I'm not afraid to admit that. You know, in the past when I've sort of said a certain person isn't right, it's like people have been, no. 2-3 weeks later, I've been proved right. And people go, you're right. And it's not even just about people, it's about other things as well, like work and, you know, different types of employment which we've been in and stuff like that. You know, and it's always turned out correct in the end. So with this, the fact that that is the one thing which just sits here in my brain, just going around as a cog 24/7. And when I got diagnosed and they turned around and said that prognosis, it's like, there was nothing there from them about it. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but you sat in this room, like, and you're waiting for them to come along and speak with you. It's like, and yeah, they come along, and obviously they give you all that long words and, you know, babble on with themselves to make themselves look good, you know. Well, at the end of the day, they're paid for that, aren't they? So, yeah. And then, you know, they turn around and say it's incurable. Well, for me, I went there because obviously I had that lot of previous telling me that what was going to happen was it was going to be chemotherapy, radiotherapy, then the surgery to remove the tumour. I knew I had a battle ahead. But one thing for me was I'm 45, I'm young, you know, I'm an active person. I have other health conditions, but I never let them define me. And yeah, I thought, I can fight this. It's going to be upsetting. It's going to be challenging. There's going to be times where I want to give up and everything. But I know I'll get through it. And then when they tell you that, you know, you break down in tears. It's like, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah. And lucky enough, I've got an amazing person who has supported me through all this. And they was with me. It took them to get up to the paper towels and get me some tissue to dry my eyes and blow my bloody nose. That consultant just sat there. Well, why not pass some tissues, love? But no. And then, you know, wanting to do, like, listening with the chest and everything like that, you know. And so she was doing that. Like, I just went, so it's not treatable? She went, no, it's incurable. Would you like to know the prognosis? Well, yeah, actually. Right, I'll get the main consultant. This is the one which I was meant to have. Because this was the number one. So she comes in, goes through everything again, same rigmarole, and then goes, you want to know the prognosis, I believe? Yes, I do. Are you sure you want to know the prognosis? Yes. So this conversation goes on for 5 minutes. Like, and by this time, I'm like, just give me the prognosis, will you? And again, she turned around and said, someone in your current situation, and the prognosis will be 1 year. And that did me. You know, again, I brought down, didn't bother offering tissues, did they? And this is meant to be a centre of excellence, by the way, the Christies. I go, you know, and they didn't even bother offering me any tissues. Again, the person supporting me had to get up and get me the tissues themselves. And we were left with it then. All we were told was some people were going to come in and see us, go through everything, and basically contact the benefits for us, do this, do that, and then we were sent on our way. Is that really cancer care? Is this what the flipping NHS has come to? Where's the compassion, the empathy, the sympathy? But can you really blame the NHS? No, I certainly don't blame the bloody nursing staff, because I can tell you, the journey which we've been on has been horrendous. There's so many other videos which will be released to this, and I'll be telling you every single process of that. It's like, but the fact that after having a colonoscopy, I was left in pain for over 6 weeks, and when I say pain, I mean horrific pain. It's like, GP couldn't do anything because they didn't have anything. All what they could do was go off what I was saying. They tried the best, and sadly didn't work. And I've been presenting myself to A&E, and the nursing staff at A&E and all the nursing staff which I've come across have been excellent, and they've been so flipping frustrated themselves. And like I say, the cancer care isn't there. It was only months ago we had these bloody doctors out on that picket line wanting more lolly, right? Why these poor nurses have to put up with everything. But then when it comes to things like cancer care, they can't be bothered. Yeah, well, it's this what you've got. You've got a year to live. We'll get some people, have a chat with you. On your way you go. Really? Yet you've got the nursing staff who will sympathise with you, show empathy and everything. And I'm sorry, but I think the nursing staff should be paid what the doctors are, because they have to put up with all the crap what comes from people like me when we get upset. And the government needs to step up and put more money in, because our NHS is failing. It's plain and simple, But it's not about that now. It's about me sharing my story of being 45, being told that you've got a year, so you might make it to 46. Well, I probably will make it to 46 when my birthday's in November this year. So, touch wood, I'll touch my head for that. I'll make it to that. But then, I won't make it to my 50th. They've wrote me off. But why? Because they want me to go through chemo now, which I've started, and I'm glad I had the support. First time chemo, I broke down, and I nearly gave up. But I thought, no. But I've got to say, since having chemo, my pains and everything have actually subsided hell of a lot. And, like I said, there's so much what has gone wrong in my care, and I just wanted to open this video, really, my first video, just with a brief outline of how frustrated, how angry I am, how upset I am as well, and all different emotions, what I've got, where I just feel that they've wrote me off way too soon, and I still think there's hope. And why I feel that's still hope, I'll always hold on. And yeah, I want to share the story, because if it can help one person out there who may be feeling the way which I do, then that makes me feel good about myself, because I've always been a kind person. I know some people out there will go, no, you're not. I couldn't really give a stuff what they've got to say. I am a nice person. I go above and beyond. In the last, 10 years, 11, I've been suffering with various different things, which all do point now to the cancer. But I've never put me first. I put everybody else before me. And I wish that for once I went, nope, that's it. I'm putting me first. I'm getting my health sorted. Maybe I won't be in this position what we're in now. But hey, what's the point of what is? We are where we are. It's what we've been dealt. But I'm not willing to give up. And I hope anyone who's going through cancer, whatever cancer it is, don't give up hope. There is hope there. The treatment may be invasive, challenging, upsetting. You may feel people ain't there for you. I certainly feel that way with some people. They're not there. I've done a hell of a lot for these people, and I'm not even worth a phone call once a week. might get an odd message. But I'm not a tick box exercise for people. Certainly not. Not considering how I put my life on hold to help others out there. So yeah, I need to get that off my chest as well. There's a lot what's got to come off my chest. But like I say, I've always put others first. No matter what's happened in life, I've always gone above and beyond to go out of my way to help people, whether I could help them with a bit of food, money, whatever it would be. And I know people try to say, the kindest ones are the ones which get hurt the most. And that is true. Because I've always done whatever I can for people, and I just wish that I did stop. So if you are that kind person out there, if you are experiencing things, just focus on yourself as well. Don't forget yourself. You are just as important as that other person you may be trying to help. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to do a short one on these videos. I don't know how I'm going to work the channel or anything like that. I appreciate everybody who's already subscribed already. So thank you very much. It isn't going to be pleasant, the things which I say. Some people may not like it, but, well, it's how I feel. And it may upset people. I'm not here to do that. What I'm here is to share my story. If I've only got this 12 months, I'm going to make the best of it. And I've got to say, these last few days, I've had to push myself to do things. And I'm honestly no longer laid in bed thinking, that's it. I'm up, about, doing things, sorting the house out, just living life. Because I took the news so bad that I kind of went into my depression. And I won't have that. I came out of my depression over a year ago. And the best thing I ever did was do counselling on that. And I came out of that, did a course in mental health. I had a whole future planned. We ended up moving. Where we live is absolutely beautiful. It's like, just out this window here is literally a river, trees, everything. And we get wild deer out here, foxes, everything. Life could not be any more perfect. And then, bang, we get this. And like I say, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And I'm still standing strong. And I've got that hope inside of me. So I'm going to hold on to that. And I want everybody around me to hold on to hope. That you've got to, I believe. Because if you let it consume you, you're just going to end up in a depression. And like I say, I would just laid in bed, not wanting to do anything, wondering whether, is it going to be today? Because the cancer which I've got, I'm going to try and pronounce this, neuroendocrine or something it's called, something like that. I'll try and put that underneath the video somewhere. So there's two versions to that. My version is the version which is actually fast growing. So they say. We don't know. And to be quite honest, I only had the symptoms of things like the hemorrhoids and everything before having a colonoscopy, which was back in March. And since then, I've had nothing but pain. And yeah, it's been awful. Like I say, I just wanted to do an introductory video, really. And probably the next video, what I'll talk about will be, how I mentioned, for 10 years I've been suffering and stuff like that. And I think I'll try and do it in stages. I don't know whether there'll be a couple of videos a week or whether maybe every Sunday I'll just release a video or something, maybe. I'm not too sure how I'm going to play it. It's got to be done, obviously, in my pace and in my time and when I feel comfortable talking about it. Because, I'm sharing with everybody here my life story, if you like, and I'm not looking for sympathy, anything like that. Jesus, I don't bother with sympathy. What's the point? you've got to get up, stand up, and carry on fighting. So yeah, it's just a little video to where we are now. So basically, to summarise it, I've got cancer. It's neuroendocrine cancer. It's fast growing. The prognosis is 1 year. I'm undergoing chemotherapy. I've done 1 round already. Week tomorrow, which is Monday, I'll be going back to the Christie's for my 2nd round of chemo. And my chemo it's a 2-hour session, my first session, and then on the Tuesday and Wednesday it'll just be 45 minutes. I love my 45-minute ones because I've met so many lovely people down at the Christie's, other patients, and it's weird because in society now, like, people are like, what are you looking at? There is a total different thing because we're all in the same position. Like, and it's like, I love you, okay. It's like, yeah, how are you? Like, you get a conversation going, and before you know it, your treatment's through, and that makes it really, really good. So, the other patients there and the nursing staff make it so easy. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And like I say, there might be a couple more this week. I'll just see how I feel about things. I've got quite a bit to sort out. But yeah, I'm going to, probably in the next video, I'll talk about how long I've suffered with the symptoms and stuff like that and things. And then we'll get up to where we are, and you'll understand the journey, what we've been on so far, which is started back in March, and yeah, well, where we are now. Are we in June now? Yeah, we're in June now, aren't we? I had to think now. But there's been a lot going on. So yeah, within that short period, there's been a lot going on, like, appointments, scans, blood tests, speaking with different people, seeing storm nurses, then going to surgery school. I thought we were doing surgery, by the way, myself. When they said, Simon, you're going to surgery school. Am I? Well, I thought we'd be knocked out. I thought, that's going to be funny, isn't it? Taking part of me insides out, so create big bag area and everything. Yeah, but no, they just prepare you for it. But yeah, and, then through to work, Christie's and everything like that. So, yeah. So it's just a short little video-ish, if you like. I know there were a bit of ranting and a bit of anger, but, well, I'm entitled to that. It's all about being unedited, unfiltered, raw, so people can relate to it, and hopefully that relates back to other people of how frustrating it is for someone like me when they feel like they're being let down. So, yeah, all I've got to say is, I hope you like this video. Like I say, it's all been unscripted, everything. Please just share the channel. There's a Facebook page as well, which is Simon's Cancer Story. And, I've been going to be putting a few things on there, like, quotes, if you like, and stuff like that. And, yeah, just share it with people, because you never know who it could help and who could be in a dark place at this moment in time. So if they can find something from the channel, that'd be great. Like I say, I'm not looking for sympathy or out like that. We've been dealt the card we have, and we've got to deal with that. But I want people to realise that I fought till the end. If I do have that year, I fought till that end. And that is me, through and through. And people who know me, know that's me. So, yeah. There might be another video this week, and I'll get the process going to bring people more up to date of everything and stuff like that. So, yeah, please share, like, comment, anything what you want to ask, just ask. And if I can answer it, I'll answer it if I've got the answer. That's the honest truth. But yeah, remember to look after yourselves, and if you've got doubt about something, always go to your GP and make sure that you look after yourself. So until the next video, thank you.